Chapter 57. Every opposite is opposite, either as a thing or as an accession. If it is opposite and as an accession to an accession, then it makes for affirmation and negation. No affirmation is the stating of what belongs to something, as for example, he is noble. Negation, on the other hand, is a stating of what does not belong to something, as for example, he is noble. Both of these are called statements. If, however, the both sides are opposed as things, then either they are stated as of convertibles and constitute relatives which mutually induce and cancel each other, or they are not stated as of convertibles and do not have any relation. These last either change into each other, both being equally natural, and constitute such contraries as heat and cold, or the one changes into the other, whereas the other does not change. The former is natural, but the latter is unnatural and constitutes opposites by prevision and habit, such as sight and blindness. For sight is a habit, as from having, but blindness is a prevision of the habit, the sight that is. Some contraries have no intermediate, whereas others have. Those which have no intermediate are those of which one or the other, that is to say, one of them, must necessarily be in the subject, or in other words, in those things of which they are predicated. An example would be sickness and health in the subject body of an animal, for it is absolutely necessary for that body to have either sickness or health. By sickness, we mean every disorder of the nature. Now, those which have an intermediate are those of which one or the other must not necessarily be in the subject or in the things of which they are predicated. And the sample is that of white and black, for these are contraries, yet it is not at all necessary for one of them to be in the body, because it is not necessary for everybody to be either white or black. There are gray bodies or tawny ones. There is indeed an exception to this in the case of opposites belonging to by definition to some nature, as heat does to fire and cold to snow. Now in the case of those contraries which have intermediates, some of the intermediates have names, as the mean between white and black is called gray. Others, however, have no names, as the mean between just and unjust has no name. In such a case, the mean is made known by the negation of both of the opposites, as for example, neither just or unjust. The contraries have certain accompanying peculiarities. The first is that evil is necessarily contrary to good, while to evil sometimes good is contrary and sometimes another evil. Thus to moderation, immoderation is contrary, but to immoderation, sometimes moderation is contrary and sometimes stolidity. Stolidity is the state in which the affections are neither moved nor aroused. Thus, immoderation is a defect of moderation, while stolidity is an excess. And the excess is contrary to the defect. The second peculiarity is that it is impossible for contraries to be in the same individuals simultaneously, for it is impossible for Socrates to be well and sick at the same time, or for the same one of his members to be simultaneously hot and cold. The third peculiarity is that the contraries will be in the same subject, whether this be the same in genus, in species, or in number. They are in a subject which is the same in genus as white and black in the simple body, the same in species as health and sickness in an animal body, and the same in number as is obvious, since the same body can be susceptible to contraries through a change of itself. The fourth is that contraries either come under the same genus as white and black under color, and the contrary genera as justice and injustice come under good and evil, which are contrary genera, or the contraries themselves are genera, as good and evil are contrary genera.